last episode, Odie Coloni was worried about King Leonardo, for the king had begun walking in his sleep.
Help! Coming, sire, coming!
Meanwhile, Biggie Rat and Itchy Brother were meeting the infamous Mr. Mad.
I am a collector.
Yeah? What is it you collect?
People.
Mr. Mad explained that for his diabolical study of behavior, he had collected all types of people except one, a king. And he insisted that Biggie and Itchy capture King Leonardo.
What's in a deal for us, Mad?
1 bongo buck per day, plus expenses. And if you fail to bring me the king...
Yeah? What happens if we fail?
Then I shall put you in the room. Look, gentlemen, look into the room.
No! Okay. We're convinced.
Late that night, Biggie and Itchy began putting Mr. Mad's mad scheme into action. At precisely 10:50, Itchy Brother swam quietly across the moat surrounding the palace. Next, Itchy went to a palace window and slipped quietly inside. Once in the room, Itchy found the proper lever and let down the drawbridge carefully. At 11:03, Biggie Rat drove a truck across the drawbridge and parked beneath the king's window. At 11:05, King Leonardo began his nightly sleepwalking. But tonight, Itchy Brother turned the king so that he faced the open window, and good King Leonardo promptly walked out into space. He landed in the back of Biggie's truck, and minutes later, the two culprits were speeding away with the unconscious king. But unknown to Biggie and Itchy, a thread from King Leonardo's robe had caught on a nail, and the robe was unraveling to leave a trail of thread behind.
At last I have a king.
What's the meaning of this? Confound it, who are you?
I am Mr. Mad. I am introducing you to my collection.
Collection? What do you collect? I'm a stamp man myself.
I collect people to study. How do they stand up under weighty problems? And how do they react to severe shock? And now for the real test. How will a king stand up under endless pressure?
Well, it looked like the breaking point for King Leonardo. But back at the palace, Odie Coloni had discovered the king's disappearance, and then the thread from the king's royal nightrobe.
Guards, come with me quickly.
Meanwhile, at the Mad Mr. Mad's,
we are ready for the supreme test.
Stop! This is the most unheard of thing I've ever heard of.
Silence! The test begins. Capture the intruders.
But Mr. Mad had not reckoned with the swift thinking of Odie Coloni.
Take this, you villains.
The guards tied up the criminals, all but the infamous Mr. Mad, who disappeared as if by magic. What new plot will Mr. Mad plot to collect King Leonardo? Don't miss the next exciting episode of The King and Odie.